Hello everybody and welcome to my Japan overview vlog. So I decided to do something different with this vlog, and I kind of just shot the surroundings and such, and what you're looking at right now is the flight path to Japan. I figured it might be interesting to look at or something. I don't know. But yeah. I figure you guys might be interested in the flight path. It was a very, very, very long flight. But anyway, I'm just going to be narrating over the footage I got from my trip to Japan. So this was the first and second day of flying. September 1st and 2nd. And as you can see right here, here's a picture I took from outside the plane over the Pacific Ocean. Now that it begins our first day in Japan. I was watching this weird channel where they were just showing cats. Like, this was on in the morning. I don't know what it was going on, but it was pretty cool. I like cats. They're my favorite. Then we decided to go venture around the place we were staying at. There's this little tiny park with some crows or ravens. As you can see right here, there's we were just exploring the town we were staying. We were staying in Ota City inside of Tokyo. There's like a little baseball field about a few blocks away from our hotel. As you can see, I'm just recording life. Oh, so if you listen very closely, these things are everywhere. They make a really loud noise. It was really surreal hearing them. They're just very loud. Yeah, we're just basically walking around the park. Nothing too exciting. This was really like around, I think, 9, 10 in the morning. We were just exploring the town we were staying in. And I think when I was recording that crow up on the light pole right there, we were heading towards Akihabara, which you'll see where we're going in a second. Yeah, but this is what the town looked like. There's a little park that we stopped at just to see what was going on. Yeah, right here, this is where we're riding the subway to Akihabara. You can kind of see my face popping out right there. I was recording like a selfie mode, I guess, but yeah, this is what it's like looking out the window of the subway sometimes. It's kind of foggy when we got there, but it started getting sunny as the days went on. Yeah, the subways are very interesting to ride. They're very easy to navigate as long as you you know where you're going and you use Google Maps. That really helped us out a lot. And everything's pretty much in English, so that was pretty cool too. Though I recommend learning some Japanese so you know the little things. Anyway, here's one of the stores inside of Akihabara. A lot of little anime figures. This was a little arcade inside of Akihabara. Akihabara is like a little town inside of Tokyo, if anyone was wondering. But yeah, my girlfriend was playing a little drum game right there. We don't have this over in the States, so that was pretty cool. And this is the famous Super Potato Store with all the old retro video games. I personally didn't buy anything, but looking at all this stuff was pretty cool. If I had more money, I would have picked up some of this stuff and maybe a console. But as of right now, this was pretty cool to look at. I believe my little brother got something. He got something for his friend. Like I think the Crash Bandicoot game. Yeah, a lot of retro video games in here. It was just cool walking around in there. Here's one of the back streets. I think this is where all the maid cafes are at. We personally didn't go into any of them. So not really interested. And here's the Pokemon store inside of Tokyo. It's like at the top of this little mall building thing. Highly recommend going up to the Pokemon Center if you're interested in Pokemon, because I picked up some goodies there and it was a really cool experience. Unfortunately, we didn't go to the cafe that was right next door to it. This is, I think, yeah, we're riding back to our hotel thing. Riding the subway back. This is just what some of the cities look like inside of Tokyo. This is where we mainly stayed, by the way. We didn't really go much. Oh yeah, and here's all the pictures I took. You could probably find most of these on my Instagram or Facebook. No, just Instagram. I shared them on Instagram. Sorry. Yeah. But I figured if you don't follow me on that, here's these pictures again, probably in a little bit of a higher quality. It was really cool walking around Akihabara. Highly recommend checking it out. Especially for the old retro game store. That was really cool. But I like video games, so I'm a little biased. Yeah, anime figures and such, not really interested. But and then we went over to the Pokemon store where I found that Grey Ninja and Swampert. I ended up getting the Grey Ninja. Grey Ninja's pretty dope. And if you see this Snorlax, you're in the right place. Obviously. And this was I think at Kamata Station. There's this. That's where we're at. All right. On to the next day, we went to Tokyo Disneyland. I know, how cliche. This was right when the park opens. I mean, look at how crazy the crowds were. This apparently was on a slower day too. Give it to the Japanese people, but they're very on time. Or as in our American theme parks, when they say they open at 8 o'clock, people usually show up around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Whereas everyone basically showed up right when the park opened. Nothing wrong with that. I would do the same thing. But yeah, we were waiting in line for Thunder Mountain at this part. Yeah, I think this is the best Thunder Mountain I've been on. I've been on the one at Disneyland and Disney World. This one was pretty fun. I like this one. Yeah, I was just filming it. Nothing really much to say. I think we waited about an hour to get on this. This was we didn't get a fast pass for it though. Highly recommend fast passes if you come here. And this was the Fantasyland area. I think that's the restaurant. That's Small World. Oh yeah, this is inside Space Mountain. Fun fact: this Space Mountain doesn't have any music like the one in California does. So it's exactly the same as the one in California, just not. Doesn't have any music. Oh yeah, that's Monsters Inc. and that was Star Tours right there. And they have like the little hitchhiking robots right there. I thought that was really cool, and that was my brother getting in the way of my shot because he kept doing that. Basically, yeah, this is Adventureland. This was basically it felt like Magic Kingdom in Florida, except better themed. I don't know. I know that sounds weird, but like everything was spot on, and it was a very nice park. All the cast, yeah, this was on Jungle Cruise by the way, but yeah, all the cast members were very friendly, even if they didn't really speak that much English. But as long as you try to understand what they're doing, I think you'll be fine. Their Toontown's pretty cool. I think it's a lot better than the one we have here in California. It's much bigger, but then again, I guess they had the space for it at theirs, where we don't have it at ours. And this was a good ride, their Winnie the Pooh ride. Highly recommend going on it. It was a fun little dark ride. Then walk around Fancy at Lamsamore. Then this is like the hub area. It was a cool little Disneyland. Highly recommend going if you're in the area. Just try not to go on an off day. Oh yeah, this was the weird pizza place in Tomorrowland. The little alien. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, there's a picture of. If you see that, you're going towards Tokyo Disneyland. The other one's Tokyo Sea, which we went to the next day. Taking pictures of some of the crowds. There's that bird. That was not an actual animatronic. That was an actual bird just hanging out up there. That's the entrance to Thunder Mountain. Pretty fun ride. We didn't actually go on that Small World. I wasn't really interested in it, to be honest. There's the Space Mountain. Basically, things were really different here, like with that cheeseburger that's shaped like Mickey. Yeah, that was pretty tasty. The what is it, the Tiki Room with Stitch? That was cool. Their Toontown. There's a lot of people there, but believe me, this is actually an off day there. Oh yeah, the little chicken sandwich. I didn't really like that one, but you guys might like it. There's a picture of me and my girlfriend posing on Dumbo. Look pretty stupid, I guess. Just kidding. Yeah, we got Piglet with no context. Yeah, took that on the Pooh ride. This is the I guess they call it the World Bazaar at nighttime. There's me dabbing on the Monsters Inc. car because I'm cool. And we're in the Monsters Inc. car because we're cool. The Monsters Inc. ride was pretty cool too. Oh yeah, this is the mini stop, one of the convenience stores. We got a lot of our food here. Highly recommend going to them. And this is the next day at Tokyo Sea. This was it kind of lives up to the hype, but at the same time it doesn't. It's a really good theme park. It just doesn't have enough attractions to keep you there all day, to be honest. Especially if you've been on some of the rides at other parks. But yeah, this is the inside of the volcano. Unfortunately, the Journey to the Center of the Earth ride was closed when we went, so that means I gotta come back and ride it sometime. And this was like the desert area. There's Raging Spirits right there. That was a little fun coaster. Oh yeah, here I filmed it going to the fog right here. No one really used fast passes at this park. It was weird. Like, we got a fast pass for that ride, and it was like literally get on right now. Oh yeah, and I was sitting there filming some pigeons for the cool lulz. Yeah, this was Aquatopia. Basically, you ride around a little boat, and it squirts you, and you'll get wet on this ride. At least the version we went on. I don't know if it gets you wet all year round, but we kind of went during the end of summer, so obviously we're gonna get wet. It was a fun little ride. It's like the little steampunk area where Aquatopia is. Yeah. There's a little railroad that takes you from the steampunk area to the American area. Yeah, I think we're riding right here. So here's a good little overview of the area. Yeah, when I was reviewing this footage earlier, I realized the boats on the closest side of the train weren't actually moving. Probably some sort of mechanical issue. Whatever. This park overall, it was pretty good. If you're in the area, I'd stop by it too. It just some of the rides are kind of clones from the other parks, so let's be wary of that. Like, but there's some enough unique attractions, and the theming's really good here. I would recommend coming to this park. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think I recorded the whole ride from that. I cannot speak. I'm sorry. Yeah, I recorded the whole ride. A lot of trees. There's another one passing by. And this is the American area. They have a boat. I think there's the Columbia, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I mean, I'm looking at it right now, but I have the settings low on my editing software, just so I could watch this back. And then there's the Tower of Terror. Unfortunately, we did not go on it because all the fast passes were gone for it when we got to around there. And it was like a 3-hour wait. No thank you, I have I mean, it's Guardians at where I live, but another reason to come back, I guess. That was my brother waving. But it was really impressive to look at. I like the outside of it. And there's the boat. We actually didn't go up there because it was really hot, so we kind of went home early. And here's the line for Soarin'. Fast passes were gone within the first 10 minutes of the park opening, but apparently it's the same exact one as Soarin' Around the World, so I'm not really interested. Oh yeah, here's the queue for 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Really cool little ride. I'd highly recommend going on it. You're not actually in a submarine. You're actually like hanging from the ceiling, and they fill the window with water, so it looks like you're going underwater. Anyway, that's the front entrance. This is the when we're going in to the area. You can see the volcano is under construction, which that sucks. It was under refurbishment, but otherwise it was still a pretty good park. And as I mentioned, you could see all these pictures on my Instagram, but figured I'd put some of these into the video. I think I took a little bit more pictures, so some of these aren't actually up there, so here's your exclusive pics, bro. Yeah. Overall, good park. Would recommend going to, but you could skip like Soarin' and stuff like that if you've been on them at the other parks. It's pretty much the same ride. But Indiana Jones was pretty cool. It's kind of the same as the one in California though. And then the submarine, yeah. And this was Fuji-Q Highland at the base of Mount Fuji. I don't know why I recorded that was the first ride you see when you come into the park. That ride right there, I forget what it's called. Drop coaster. This ride was pretty dope. I think we have something like this at Knott's Berry Farm, but I haven't actually gone on it yet. But this was well worth the journey out, because this was a fun ride. We actually had to take a 3-hour subway ride up to Mount Fuji to come to this park. So highly recommend coming to this park. Just make sure you get some of the priority passes, so unless you want to wait in the really long lines. I only did it for that ride and the Dodanpa. So, and that was a pretty cool coaster. There was a 3-hour wait though. Kind of looked like Goliath at Six Flags Magic Mountain, so kind of passed over it. Oh yeah, here's the Evangelion Museum. They gave us headphones, so that's why there's kind of no audio and you can't really hear anything. I guess it's not to disturb other people. Everything's in all the dialogue in here is in Japanese, so yeah, they have like little life-sized figures, like the hallways from the anime. I guess if you like this, it's pretty cool. Not really a super fan of the show, but I did watch it. It was pretty enjoyable. That museum was pretty enjoyable too, if you like the series. Yep. This Wild Mouse coaster was highly uncomfortable with riding with another person. Just kept bumping into each other. But it was a little fun kiddie coaster, I guess. Yeah, this swinging ride is one of those mega chairlifts. You go all the way to the top and you can see the entire park. If you're not afraid of heights, go up there, swing around, and you get to see the entire park. Oh, that ride was pretty dope. Dodanpa. It was a really fast launch though, so make sure you keep your head back for that one. You can see it, yeah, it's like whoosh. I really like that ride. I wish we had it over here in the States, but oh well. I think the closest thing we got to it is full throttle, which about half the speed. Some of the rides over at this park I wish we had over in the States. Oh yeah, they had this little Naruto area. Not really a fan of Naruto, but if you are a fan, I think this is like a temporary area, so they redo it every few months. Oh yeah, that spinning ride right there, it's like one of those chairlifts, except you spin in your seat. It was crazy. And these I'm inside of a Ferris wheel right now. They have these at most of the Japanese parks, are just all around Japan, and they're a good way to look at everything. Yeah, good way to get your surroundings or just look at the cityscape. This is there was a little paddle boat ride, yeah. I wouldn't recommend it because I barely fit in that thing, and I'm kind of on the tubby side, so it was hard to paddle. Yeah, there's Dodanpa again watching. I took a lot of video of this coaster. I really like this coaster. It's probably in my top 10 favorite coasters now. It was a fun time, trust me. Here's like a little raft ride. I didn't personally go on it because I didn't want to be wet though on our 3-hour subway ride back, but it looked pretty fun. Here's a little pedal cycle thing we went on. Like I said, the pedaling, and if you're on the heavy side, it's not really fun. But and yeah, my legs were dead after that. But it was like a little ride through the trees. Oh yeah, this is a subway ride back from Fujiyama to Ota City. I mean, not the entire way, but it was a long journey. And again, we're at the picture section. Basically, all the pictures are going to be at the end of the days. So yeah, here's all the pictures I took. Yeah, that thing was pretty cool. And I took a funny meme picture, I guess. Did the elevator scene too. Am I cool yet? Just kidding. I'm not cool. That chair swing was like built to a construction site. That was pretty cool. More of the Naruto village. Oh, that ride. That's the ride I was talking about earlier. That's a crazy ride. There's a picture of the overview of the little paddle boats. More pictures of Dodanpa. Yeah, I like that ride. I'm sorry. Yeah, another picture. Yeah, you gotta see. Yep. Now there's another one. I like that ride. Okay, don't judge me. It was really fun. There's the raft ride, and then I did like a little cool shot of the boat splash in the background. Originally was gonna dab, but yeah, not that cool. This is Yomiuri Land. It's like a little tiny park. I think we went on a Saturday, and I was expecting crowds, but all the crowds went to the water park. They have a water park inside of this theme park, so everything was pretty much a 5 to 10 minute wait when we came here. This was like a wacky kids park. Like, if you're a kid, this is like the coolest thing I've ever seen. Oh, and there you got to put like a little car, you got to drive it around. A teapot was like a noodle, like a ramen raft ride. And then the one with like scissors on it was like a spinning coaster. And there's the chairlift that takes you outside the park. Bandit, that was a pretty fun roller coaster. If you're out in Yomiuri Land, I'd recommend going on it. This was like I think it was just Flag Street or something. They had like a lot of little mini games and little kiddie rides. Like we went on these go-karts earlier. Those are pretty fun. And this was, I'm not fluent in Japanese, but they were playing some sort of game show where to not get fooled, and they had to pull something out of that little box, and if they didn't do it right, well, you'll see what happens. Yeah, they get sprayed with water. And I didn't film this, but it also comes out the top too. Yeah, those are the go-karts I was talking about. Go-karts were fun. Oh yeah, this ride was pretty cool. It's a little pirate ship ride, but shaped to a rocket ship, and you go upside down. Fun time, man. This is Stand and Loop. That's what that coaster's called. It's called Stand and Loop, I think. Basically, they got a sitting side where you do the loop, and they got a standing side where you do the loop. We only did the sitting side because I think that was the side only side running. And then this was like up the hill. They had like a little bungee jumping area, and the blast towers, and the little spinning ride. I personally did not bungee jump because it was $8. But yeah, fun time. And this is the Ferris wheel, like I told you about. You can see all the view of the park. You can see that's Tokyo right there. But I don't recommend going these on a hot day because it was like, I think 30 degrees Celsius, 36 degrees Celsius in here, which is like almost 100 degrees. Yeah, see, everyone was in the water park in Yomiuri Land.
To the nearest station.
But yeah.
Which is Kyo.
Pretty cool overview. Highly recommend going in these to get an overview of everything. There's, and you know, where this Ferris wheel's at, there's like a little kiddie section too. For some reason, the Ferris wheel's in the kiddie section. I don't know why. I guess just where it's at. All these little kiddie rides look pretty fun though. Like here's one where you squirt the fire. Yeah. Overall, Yomiuri Land was pretty cool. I highly recommend going to this one. It's like a diamond in the rough park. These, especially for these food factory, car factory, and clothing factory, they were, these are attractions you need to see because they're like wacky. But for the car factory, know a little bit of Japanese because it will help out. And, yeah, this is the Flag Street. We went on the go-karts. And that spinning, the loopy ride, the looping starship, I believe it's called. Overall, Yomiuri Land was pretty dope. Highly recommend going. It's not really for the thrill seekers, but it's got enough for everyone, I guess. Fun park. 10 out of 10. And now we're at Tokyo Joypolis. This was like a little, I guess the equivalent of GameWorks here in the United States. Except they had more attractions. However, all these attractions were like hours of waits, and they closed off the wait, so we couldn't really get on anything. I don't recommend going to Tokyo Joypolis either, but if you want to stop by and look at it, I guess that's fine. That's your call. I don't recommend it though. This was also inside of a mall that we went to, so we got to explore the little Japanese mall. They had I think that was a Shonen Jump store. They had a bunch of food places. They had a weird Statue of Liberty outside the mall. Yeah, I didn't really get much footage. I got more pictures of this. There was the highway. I think there was a looming typhoon coming the next day. That was we didn't really actually deal with that at all. It was pretty much over with after the next day. Yeah, here's some of the pictures inside. They got a bunch of little rides, a little arcade. Yeah, it was okay. I think the mall was better though. Yeah, we went to the Taco Bell. Taco Bell is my favorite fast food restaurant. And weird, they had fries and I got a cheesy core burrito, and for some reason they had Coke. It was weird. I'm not gonna question it though. And they had a bunch of Coke stores all over this mall too. Like that's the one for you to get clothing and other Coke products. And then they had like this little Coke club room. I don't know what it's called. You'll see it coming up in a moment. They had a weird Statue of Liberty. Yeah, there's the Coke thing I was talking about. But yeah, the Statue of Liberty, that was weird. Oh, and there's a little store where you can get like cats and dogs, but those cats and dogs are expensive. And that's the haul, everything I got. Most of it wasn't for me, just the Green Ninja and the egg shirt I got. Everything else was for my family. This is Shibuya Crossing. Shibuya Crossing was pretty cool. Typical tourist destination, but I figured I might as well look at it since we're nearby it anyway. Basically, it's a big cross street. Oh yeah, there's little go-karts going around. I didn't get it in time, but yeah, it's a cool little thing to check out for about 30 minutes to an hour. There's a statue of the dog that waited, I think. This was a big tourist destination though. I was more impressed with these buildings. Didn't get much footage though. It was kind of a short day. Because we came here later in the day because of like I said, the typhoon kind of delayed all the trains. But here's it kind of empty, and here's it full. I mean, I think this was around like 1 o'clock, so it wasn't that busy, I guess. They were doing a lot of construction too. Oh, that's the hotel we stayed at. It was pretty cool. Here's an onigiri, the little rice balls. I think this one had salmon in it. It was pretty good. Oh, here's the subway station. We're heading back to the airport. Here's Tokyo Station, or at least part of it. This is a ginormous station. I think this is Tokyo. We're inside Tokyo right here, actual Tokyo. And then we're riding the bus back to the Narita airport. So that means the video's almost coming to a close. I think we got like 2 more minutes. Yeah. So we rode a bus back to Narita airport. The unfortunate thing is Narita airport's like an hour to 2 hours away from Tokyo, so it's kind of a journey back. So if you do come into Japan, try to find a Haneda airport. Learn from my mistakes. Unless you're staying somewhere near Narita airport, then I guess that's all you then. But Haneda would have worked better for what we were doing. Here's the airport, and then yeah, the flight back. It was instead of a 10-hour flight like it was on the way to Japan, it was like a 9-hour flight over the Pacific Ocean again, obviously. Yeah. So overall, Japan was a pretty fun experience. Would recommend going to. Fortunately, the video is almost at a close, so giving my final thoughts here, so I can end it where it needs to be ended. Yeah, would highly recommend going. Just be prepared for a very long flight if you live in the States. Yeah, so here's what some of the subways look like. Very easy to navigate. That's the bus ride home. Back to the airport, I mean. We use this little Wi-Fi extender, Wi-Fi hotspot. Highly recommend getting one of those. It really will help you out, if you, especially if you have multiple people. That's the Passmo card we use to get around on the subways and buses. There's the plane landing, and I think this is the last picture. So, thanks for watching my little narrative, and there's the picture of my cat. Thank you. Bye bye.